Okay, so here I am at the Lower Athens Big Fork approach trail. I'm about ready to start my hike of the Eagle Rock Loop. This is my first time doing this hike and my first time with some new equipment, so we'll see how this works out. We'll begin the approach trail. I'm not sure, I think it's about a mile before we actually reach the trail, the Eagle Rock Loop trail. So it's kind of cold, it's in the 30s. I'm hoping it warms up just a little bit. It could end up being a pretty cold night. We'll find out. I'm planning on being out here. This is not a big hike. It'll take me about 3 days. Plan on spending 2 or 3 nights out here. We'll see. I've never done it before. Yeah, look around. I gotta watch my step here. This is kind of a treacherous trail. Take a look around. I think this is going to be a nice hike. Okay, so I finally reached the official loop, Eagle Rock Loop. Just finished the Athens Big Fork approach trail, and I'm gonna go counterclockwise, and according to this sign here, it looks like that's the preferred way because they're pointing an arrow that direction. So I guess I will be going counterclockwise. So looks like I might already have a water crossing coming up here immediately. Let's check this out, and then I'll kind of explain kind of what I'm doing here. Okay, so yeah, actually what I'm doing, I know that I've mentioned in some of my previous posts that I'm next year, after my full retirement, I'm going to teach one more semester after this one, and then in December I will be retiring, and I decided that I was going to hike one of the major trails here in the United States, either the AT, the PCT, and I actually wasn't really considering the CDT, but it was mainly between the AT and the PCT. And actually, I've kind of decided, but I don't know if I have formally announced that yet or not, because through hikers have this deal of making a big announcement, and since it's a year away, that seems a little anyway. So I guess I'm not going to say exactly which one I'm going to do now. The next year I'll hold off, but I think most of the people that know me know which one it's going to be. But I'm just doing this as kind of a little shakedown because I've purchased some new equipment, and I wanted to try it out. Mainly my backpack. I got a new backpack, and that's really about the only new thing that I've gotten. I'm trying a new pair of hiking boots. But, I'm just doing a shakedown hike just to sort of see how things work out, and that's typically what through hikers do before they do their big hike of 2,000 plus miles. So this is just going to be like a 3-day hike today. But this is a pretty good trail, and I think it's actually going to do a pretty good job of simulating the trail that I've ultimately chosen unofficially. So it'll be fun to see how these next 3 days go. So I guess that's about it for now. It looks like I might have a little more serious water crossing coming up here real soon. So I'm going to turn off the camera and I'll check in with you maybe in a few hours when I stop for a little lunch break or something. We got a warning sign up here. Let's see what this says. Oh, prescribed burn. I don't smell smoke, so I'm not too worried yet. Fellow campers up there taking in the view. Just come from this part of the trail, and I'm heading out. Nice view here, and I get to head up that direction. Okay, this is going to be a fairly serious crossing here, I think. And looks like this might be the shallowest part. We'll see. I think I might be a little more shallow down here. Yeah. Looks like there might be a little ridge I can walk across, which would make it a little better. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come up here a little further. All right, let's see if I can make it. Yeah, it's not too cold. And it's getting cold now as I get out towards the center. Hopefully, I won't have to go too deep. Deep and cold. Deep and cold. Well, I'm waist deep now. Oh yeah, the boys are feeling it. The boys are getting a little bath. But it looks like I made it. All right, looks like I made it. All right, and there's my white blaze. I guess I'm just seeing on white blazes now. That looks a little dicey, but this is it. Oh, okay, nice little quasi cave with its own little quasi waterfall flowing over it. Nice. Nice. Let's see. The trail continues here. Is that the trail down there? Yep, White Blaze. I guess I'm going this way. The White Blaze up there somewhere? It must be. It's a little tricky, but we need to press on. What time is it? Yeah, I definitely am going to be stopping for lunch. First chance I get here. This would have been a good place for lunch, but I'm going to see if I can get to what's an actual campsite. All right, time for lunch. Time to take off the wet shoes. Sun's out, so hopefully they all get a little dry. Take out the insole. Hopefully they won't go away. The insole's down there, so they won't go away. I guess. Let my feet dry out. Okay, so this is Albert Pike, what used to be a campground, and I'm ready to pitch tent actually, but there's no overnight camping here anymore. Evidently, I guess 20-some people were killed during a flash flood a few years ago, and so they don't allow overnight camping here anymore. So I've got to head on up. I think about another, maybe a little more than half a mile. I think there might be a decent place for me to pitch my tent. We'll see. Well, this is it. This is where I will be camping tonight. They've got a little fire pit over there. I probably won't be using that though. I'll just heat my own stuff up. I'll just make a campfire. I'll just use my own stove. I don't know how many miles I did. I'll have to check and get back with you on that. But first thing I'm going to do is set up my tent. This looks like a fairly nice area right here. Fairly level, so I'll set things up right here and fix some dinner. Okay, so I have my tent all set up, and I'm heating up some of my dinner. I'll have some dinner. Looks like I'm going to have some fettuccine alfredo for dinner tonight, and it's not dark yet, so hopefully I'll have my dinner finished and in the tent. And before I fall asleep, I might try to edit some of the video I've taken today. So that's about it for now. Okay, so I finished my second day of hiking. Found a place to pitch my tent, and I'm going to cook myself a little bit of dinner, and I'm looking forward to getting in a nice warm sleeping bag, and I'm definitely going to sleep well tonight. In the meantime, taking in the view around here.
Well, it's the beginning of day 3. My alarm clock actually went off a while ago, but I decided I'm going to sleep in a little bit. Then I started hearing this other alarm. It sounded like a digital alarm. In fact, maybe you can still hear it out there. Yeah, it's a friggin' bird. So I got my own little rooster telling me it's time to get up and milk the cows and get on the trail. So let's get this day started. Well, I just got up and went outside, and I left my backpack with my water and my filter outside, and I didn't think it was going to get that cold outside, but I reached up to get my socks that are up on the tent, supposedly drying out, and instead of drying out, I found them frozen solid. So that means it was freezing last night, and that's not good for my Sawyer water filter. The little filter gasket in there, if it's been used, and we'll have a little bit of water staying in there, and if it freezes, it causes it to crack, and if it cracks, it doesn't properly filter the water. So I've got a little over a liter to get me through the day today, and I think I will avoid using the filter today, because this is going to be my last day on the trail, hopefully. I've got a pretty tough section to get through. I think all my water, most of the water is behind me, but I've got some pretty serious ascents up and down some peaks today to get through. So, but if I do the same kind of mileage, or at least close to it, of what I've done the past couple of days, I should be able to get over those peaks and complete the loop and make that my last day on the trail. So yeah, I left my pants. Let's see, pants don't seem too bad, but frozen sock. If you've never seen a frozen sock, that's what they look like, stiff as a board.
So yeah, it looks like I'm going to be spending an extra night on the trail. I got about 8 miles from where the trailhead where I had parked, and ran into some pink lines that told me I couldn't go any further because of a prescribed a controlled burn that they're doing along the trail here. So unless I want to go back another 2 days, just go to backtrack what I've already done to get to my car, which would take me another 2 days, I could just wait until tomorrow to finish my hike. And so I'm gonna, I guess, hike back to my previous campsite, spend another night there, and then head on out tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Kim Miller with the U.S. Forest Service, and today I'm blocking a trailhead. So Mr. Atkins has been delayed on his hike, or he could walk an extra 10 miles, but he decided he was going to take a little siesta and visit around where he's at. So always be prepared and have extra time in case you have to be delayed. So we're doing a prescribed burn. We do them like 3 to 5 years in intervals. It's to keep the underbrush and the forest open, and also to prevent catastrophe fires. Silviculture has several different tools, and we consider fire a tool. So we could do mechanical, or we could do fire, and fire is more beneficial because it puts the nutrients back into the ground faster. So it leaves a little bit of a black spot for a minute, but then everything turns real pretty green and gets nutrients from the generated ash.
So yeah, I've got a whole day. I'm just going to be sitting around camp, so it'll give me plenty of time to boil more water because I'm just about out of water, and I'm not going to trust my Sawyer. The parks person I just spoke to told me it got down into the 20s last night, so it's no wonder that everything froze up on me. I didn't think we'd get that cold. I was a little worried about my sleeping bag because it's supposed to be a comfort rating of 20, and I was getting kind of cold in my sleeping bag last night, so it makes sense. It was indeed down into the 20s. So, but I'll have plenty of time to boil all the water I need today. Okay.
Well, they are definitely doing a burn. There's definitely something burning. I can see and smell the smoke, so I'm hoping they gave me some good advice, telling me I could camp here. I think I might stay awake a little bit later. They told me that they were going to be finishing up the burn, a couple hours ago, but the smoke is just now moving in. It smells like smoke, and I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but you can see the smoke rolling in over the ridge there. So I'll be, like, you can even see smoke over in that direction, all through the trees here. So hopefully that's just because the wind's coming from that direction, and the fire is not. Stay tuned. Okay. So I made it through the night without being burnt down. The smoke eventually dissipated, and I had a pretty decent night's sleep. It's might see a little bit of weather today. So I woke up with pretty windy, and somebody told me that there's a possibility of some rain in the forecast. So I may get a chance to try out my rain gear as well. So the rest of the trip, I'm not supposed to be doing a lot of water crossings, so I was looking forward to staying dry because of that, but as it turns out, fate might bring me a little rain to get me wet anyway. So we'll keep you informed. Yeah, so I had to, last night, or yesterday actually, I had to backtrack about a quarter mile to get back to this campsite. And so for the next quarter mile, this will be like the third time I've done this little thing. And then I'll have about 8 miles or so to do of some pretty big ascents and descents over some mountain ridges. So we'll see how it goes the rest of the day. All right, well, I'm obviously in the area they did the burn in yesterday. Looks like all the flames are out. There's the trail ahead of me. Looks like I got a little water crossing there, but there might be a log I can balance my way across. But yeah, this looks like the burn area right here. So I don't know, maybe a couple miles. So this is what I think the guy with the Forest Service was warning me about yesterday. I told him I was going to be hiking through this burn area. He said to be on the lookout for, I think he called them crackings. And evidently, I mean, the burns are designed to get the underbrush to help prevent some, I guess, more serious fires down the road.
and adds nutrients to the soil and stuff like that. But I guess if some of these bigger trees, if they get burnt enough, they will eventually fall, but not necessarily right away. So he told me to be watching out for these, so I will. Well, I got a feeling this would have been a pretty spectacular view were it not for the rain and the clouds.